Hello everyone, I am a front-end engineer currently living and works in New York City. In 2021, living in New York City during the pandemic is definitely a very different experience. I've watched a ton of day in a life video, and today I wanted to share my thoughts about the best and the hardest part of my workday.
Tiago.
Hey everyone.
So for me, I worked on 2969. So the hardest parts of my day, long meetings.
And how do I know when I've actually reached the finish line? So what's key about key results?
Like 3 or 4 meetings in at this point, I did check a lot of notes. Really long meetings, back-to-back meetings, a lot of meetings. I do not like meetings.
So it's extremely similar. There's some limitation on this system.
So that really drains my energy, and that's something that I don't really enjoy, but sometimes it's necessary, especially when you have your retrospective or sprint planning or stand-ups. Those are like crucial meetings in a agile development cycle. There are days where you would stuck at a meeting for an hour and then you had maybe a minute bathroom break and then you quickly go to the next meeting. So sometimes it can be really draining. If you guys are wondering what note-taking app that I'm using currently and I'm loving is Notion. I really do like the structure of how it's a database, so you get to really organize things and manipulate the data when you're entering your notes. So I guess I'll just take a break because my brain is pretty stunned. 1 coffee a day keeps a developer awake. Oops. So get to code a lot is definitely the most satisfying time of my day. The longest strikes that I have sometimes can be up to 5 hours, and at the end of the day I just feel so good and so accomplished. That is a most great feelings of all time when you get to code a lot and when you get to actually solve a problem at the end of the day. What is going on? Why is this so hard? The second thing is that sometimes you get stuck on something and you're under a time pressure. It can feel really nasty. Like sometimes I'll get super frustrated. I'll feel like even I talk to someone has no idea how to figure that out. There's no really clear directions how you can figure this thing out. Tons of auto Googling, reading Stack Overflow. By the way, I've literally got Stack Overflow under my personal computer. 90% of the time I find my answers on Stack Overflow. But there's 1% or 10% of the time that I don't, and you're just basically screwed. Today is Friday. I've got a few programming sections with my buddy. One of my favorite parts about coding is bouncing off ideas from each other and getting some different ways of solving the same problem. I guess we can do like 30 minutes on my end and then we can do 30 minutes on your end.
Yeah, okay.
Seems like it's working. Like it's opening the app, it's running the functions, opening the app. I don't see anywhere that was being reset. Saved on, I think I need to get back to extension. Let me see. It was in pop-up maybe? So it's in the controller. It's inside of... yeah. When the button was being clicked, and then it runs this function. And this function is in here. So I was able to look into everything here, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything that would be resetting the state.
Okay, so then when you leave, when you open the web app from the pop-up.
It should be either 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes.
We do chrome.idle.set detection interval, and that.
So I was able to, when I was setting the breakpoint, I was able to see this being set for 15.
That event mentioner gets hit, but it like loses this object or something. So like, let's see if this event listener works first, and then we'll see why the callback on the event listener doesn't work. Working with Carbon extension and everything, sometimes the build process can just take forever.
I know.
And one little change, and you have to wait like 20 seconds. It adds up. Every time you save, you wait 20 seconds. It's just like, God, this is like...
Sometimes it can get really tricky when you're pair programming with someone and the chemistry just doesn't work. But in a very good day, when you're pair programming with someone that you generally really enjoy pair programming with, it is amazing.
But I did, so I watered it on the 12th, so maybe it might be time for a water for it this weekend.
Yeah, it also can be just needed sunlight if you're not placing it too close to the sun. That's what happens to my plant, is when I place it not right next to the window, my money tree tends to turn yellow. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Ugh, JavaScript. I don't know, I just feel like this bug is something that we should fix because it's not a good user experience. Even though we are not 100% understanding the root cause of the issue, but it is fixed. Magically fixed. I am God! I just want to go outside and like literally tell everyone that I fixed the problem. I can't believe we solved it. I think that a lot of times coders, programmers, software engineers, however you like to call them, they are the people who are here to try to solve your problem and make your life easier. And once you get to solve something, such a rewarding feeling. And party, boo, boo, boo. You get to fix someone else's problem. It's super rewarding. You felt like a superhero. Take down something really, really hard to solve, and you just felt great. Like, who doesn't want it to be feeling like a superhero? I definitely wanted to be feeling like a superhero, and I feel like the best part about coding is that you get to do that. You get to be the hero, to save the world. So I think that a lot of people wanting to get into tech because of the tech money. Obviously, I'm not judging you in any ways. I think that you do what you do. I think every single job or profession has its good and the bad. What is more important is trying to figure out what you enjoy the most and what makes you really, really happy, and follow that feeling and follow that path. And one day you're gonna figure out a job that what makes you truly, truly happy. I know, this is probably the New York City sound because I always get that when I'm trying to film a video. There's always a lot of city noises in New York, and it's just, sometimes it makes me mad. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Happy learning and take care.